Hey y'all. Hey, I have a head wrap on just because my hair is getting really long, and I'll show you. I mean, this is long for me because, well, hold on, let me mute that. This is long for me because I actually shaved my hair, all my hair off. It wasn't bald, but it was like a buzz cut. Make sure. Okay. I have a bathing suit top on. That's what I kind of wear. Not like a bikini or anything, but I get hot easily, so I'm always wearing stuff like this. It's like a tank top, sort of. Anyway, I shaved my head. Oh, maybe a year ago, and then I cut it, and then I shaved, trimmed it up a few more times. This is all growth now, probably from, oh gosh, I don't know, 6, 7 months or something. My hair grows really fast. It grows super fast. It's very thick and wavy, and now it's getting really gray, which I don't mind. I like the stripe. But I have this wild hair. My nephew, the other day said I have wolf hair, so I thought that was kind of cool. But I have an actual hair appointment instead of doing my own hair next week, and I can't decide whether I'm going to get it cut really short again or maybe let it grow. Maybe she can just, I don't know, put some layers in it or something. I'm not sure. All I know is I am very fortunate to have really thick, healthy hair. But in the summertime here, it gets really, really hot, and it's not, oh, excuse me, oh, Lordy. Oh, gosh, where'd that come from? Anyway, it gets really hot here in the summer, and my hair is so thick that, it's hot. So we'll see. Let me put this back on. I like these little, they call them buffs or something like that. I don't know. It's a hair thing. But it's kind of cool because you can use it for a lot of different things. A mask, if you wanted to. I use them for my hair. And you can leave them like, kind of thin, like that. Or you can pull them all the way back. And I like that because it just keeps it out of my face. And I'm going to cook something today. I'm going to try this. I'm going to bake. I'm baking banana bread. It's going to be banana, pumpkin, chocolate chip bread. And I'm going to film it and try to hopefully make an actual cooking video because I love to cook. I'm a foodie and I love to cook and I like to bake. And I thought, well, instead of just doing it, why don't I film it? So I'm going to try to do that. Okay, I'm just going to go for it. I've never done this before. My table is kind of old and I'm getting a new tablecloth. So anyway, let's get started. I think what I'll do first is measure out these dry ingredients. I have self-rising flour. I also have all-purpose, but I think I have enough self-rising to do this recipe. I'm doubling the recipe, so 4 cups of this. 4 cups. I'm not the biggest perfect measure. That looks good to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that wasn't quite 4. Alright, I think that's 4. It's good to me. I'm just not the most, I do measure, but not a lot and not always exactly. So then we're going to put in some pumpkin pie spice. I don't know, a couple of teaspoons. It's probably a lot, but I like it. So that's what I'm going to do. And then it called for a half a cup of white sugar and a half a cup of brown sugar, and I'm just going to put 2 cups of white sugar to make it easier on myself. I don't know if I'm going to put a full 2 cups because it has chocolate chips in it. I think I'm going to put a cup and a half. Yeah, I don't want it too sweet because it's banana bread. It's not supposed to be cake. All right, I'm going to stir this up. And actually, I'm going to put a little bit of salt. That's a pinch of salt is what I would call that. All right, now you just want to, stir up the sugar and the flour together, and the little bit of spice and the salt. All right, now I got to mash up the bananas. So my bowl right now, my other bowl has strawberries in it, so I got to do that real quick. All right, my bowl is clean. I have 6 bananas here. I think the recipe called for 2, but these are kind of small. Plus, I'm doubling it, so instead of 4, I'm going to do 6. So you just peel them, throw them in the bowl. I am watching old episodes of The Osbournes. Do you guys remember that show? Of course you do. Well, you probably do. It was the first real reality show where they just followed them around while they were living their lives, their wild and crazy lives. And I was obsessed. I think well, I'm not going to say everybody, but I think most people in my generation, and I'm Gen X, were pretty obsessed with it and watched it while it was on. It was on for a few years. And lately, it's been on YouTube, and I've just kind of been rewatching the old episodes, and it's pretty funny stuff. All right, now get my trusty potato masher. Oh, by the way, if you've never made banana bread before, you gotta use super ripe bananas. It's important. Where they look like you might want to throw them away, because that's when they're perfect. You just mash them up. And this old potato masher works really well. I mean, I mash them, pretty much like that. All right, now, I hope that's not too loud in the background. It's remember Jack Osborne, his birthday party, I think his 17th or something, and they're going pretty wild. Okay, so, this is going to be banana pumpkin pie. No, not banana pumpkin pie, silly. Banana pumpkin bread. Okay, so here I have canned pumpkin. And I'm doubling the recipe. The original recipe called for about a cup. So I'm just going to, let's see. Is that 2 cups per can? Is that how that works? I think so. I'm going to put a can of pumpkin. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? My recipe that I'm doubling is going to have a whole can of pumpkin in it, which is great. I love pumpkin. And so healthy. So good for you. This is canned. Like I said, just canned pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. So, whole can goes in. We need some vanilla. I eyeball it. I'm going to put that's about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. And so I found out that if you don't have eggs, and you know how expensive, I'm going to go mute this because it's kind of driving me crazy. Yeah, so as I was saying, if you don't have eggs, you can substitute them, and we know how pricey eggs are right now, with applesauce. And you use like 1/3 of a cup per egg. And I believe the original recipe had 2 eggs, so a 1/3 of a cup. I'm gonna put 4, or is that a cup? I'm the worst at this stuff. I'm not the worst at baking. I'm just terrible at math. Okay. So that 1, 2, it's probably a cup, right? Probably. All right. Well, anyway. 1/3 of a cup 4 times is... No, I don't know. Anyway, 1/3 of a cup per egg. And since the recipe called for 4 eggs, I put 4 1/3 of a cup. 1/3 of a cup. Okay? Let's see. I'm trying to decide whether or not to put cooking oil, some vegetable oil, because I want it to be really moist, I know we all hate that word, but it's the only word that fits. Because I like my bread really moist. I don't like it dry at all. I think I'll just put a little bit. I'll just eyeball a couple of tablespoons. Here's my oil. I think I'm going to put like 2 tablespoons. So 1, 2, maybe 3. And that, to me, will help make sure that we have, like I said, a very moist batter. Okay. So now I'm going to pause for a second. I've got these, try to show you. These, foil pans for easy cleanup. I got to grease them real quick. Okay, all greased up. I used margarine. I use butter, of course, but I also use margarine sometimes. And You just stick your hand in the tub, wash your hands first, and grease her up. Okay. Also, the oven is preheated to 350. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to mix the what is that? Okay. Now we're going to mix the wet and dry together. I'm just going to maybe get her started. Yeah. Let's go ahead and dump it. That's just kind of how I do stuff. I don't know, just the way I've always been. I'm fast. I like to kind of do things fast. In the most efficient way possible. I am not Martha Stewart. I love Martha, but you know, she do take her time. All right, now this batter looks like I'm gonna need some more wet. But let's mix it up. It's pretty. Gosh, it seems like it needs a little something. So you know what I always do? I just add some milk. Just a tablespoon or two, just to give it a little more wetness. So I'm going to do that's probably enough. Because you don't want this to be runny, really. But you don't want it to be like biscuit dough. You know what I mean? Biscuit dough is very, very dry. Well, yeah, it is. And stiff. Woo! Look at that pretty batter. Gorgeous. Now, it's not done yet. I'm going to mix it more. Don't worry. But I'm going to go ahead and add the chocolate chips. And I'm just going to add all it. I'm making 2 pans. One for me and Casey Bear, who is my kid. I have 2 kids. I have one that still lives with me. And then the other pan, is going to go to my sister, who lives few houses away from me. I was very lucky my sister and I raised our kids basically together. Lucky, lucky people. My kids are 21 and 22, and hers are 29, I believe, and 23. Anyway, yeah, but they all basically grew up together, which was awesome. All right. I think that's enough chocolate chips. I don't want it to be... This isn't chocolate chip bread. This is pumpkin, banana, chocolate chip bread, and it has applesauce in it. I want, you know, like I want all the flavors. Whoop. But see how easy that was? Really, it was not difficult. You barely have to measure. Make sure all the flour is up off the bottom. I believe it is. All right. And yeah, once you get it good mixed up, you want to get it in the oven, you know, pretty quick. Unfortunately, it's not that big a deal. I wish my oven was bigger because I would do both at the same time. I would bake both at the same time. But I have a very small kitchen and a very small oven. I'll show it to you here in a minute. And it's only going to be able to bake one pan at a time, which may mean that they turn out a little different. I don't know. We shall see. But they'll both still be delicious. And you know what? I'm going to taste this. Just to see. Oh, yeah. I love that. It's not too sweet. All right. So, can you see that? Okay. Half in one and half in the other. Ooh. Let's see. I want to get them as even as I can. Wow. This is some gorgeous dough. It really is. And I hope these pans aren't too big. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I use loaf pans, you know, just regular loaf pans. I don't know. This time around, I don't know. I wanted to try something different. So it looks a little thin, but I know it's going to rise while it's baking. It will. It'll quite a bit, you'll see. Well, let me see how even these guys are. Put one right there. And one here. Oh, Lord, it's luscious. It's really, I can't wait to try this. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. Wonderful. Who doesn't love having someone bring over something fresh baked? You know what I mean? Cookies, brownies, bread, just whatever. People just love it, and I like to do it. It's fun. It's fun for me. So that's why I do it. Okay. There we go. These guys are ready to go in. Unfortunately, like I said, I can only do one at a time. So I'm going to put one in, and the original recipe said an hour, but that's in a loaf pan. So I think I'm going to go 30 minutes or so and then check them. So there goes one. And this one will have to wait its turn. Okay, now that the first bread's in the oven, I will show you my tiny kitchen. Ready? It's tiny. Well, I was supposed to be filming my tiny kitchen for you guys, and I didn't film it. So here we go. Let's try that again. All right. Here is the tiny kitchen. As you could see, it's tiny. That's one of those little apartment-sized stoves, and a sink, and a little bit of counter space. That's all the cabinets I have. This kitchen table, I've had a couple. I think that's the second one I've had, but they're pretty much the same, and it's a catch-all, of course, and I use it also for cooking because I don't have any counter space, as you can see. There's the other bread waiting to go in. This kitchen has fed many people for many, many years. I raised 2 boys here. They are grown now, and there's my fridge and my microwave. And then I'll show you my little, this is my little, I had to put a few things in there. So I had room on the stove, a washer dryer in there, and the hot water heater is behind there. Anyway, I've lived in this house for over 20 years. My kids are 21 and 22. And my sister actually lived in this house for 7 years before I moved in. So In this little tiny space, we have served, I guess, thousands of meals at this point, right? Because she lived here for 7 years before I moved in. So she was raising a family. Then she built a house and moved in right over there. If you can see the brown, I'll walk up. See that brown shingle house over there in between the yellow house and the blue house? That's my sister's house. So that my kids and her kids all grew up together, and they just ran across to each other's houses all the time. It was the best. And this is a photograph that I took. I'm a part-time photographer. And then this is my living room. It's just one open space. This house is, I think, 850 square feet. This is my little living room. My little yard and my... There's Sasha. If you've watched any of my videos, you know we lost her recently. My little baby girl. My little pug. And we have a nice yard over there. Nice woods, so I get to watch all the squirrels and the birds and stuff. It's really nice. And these are some more of my photographs. Like I said, I've always loved to take photos, and then I kind of ventured into being a photographer and did a few shows, and it was really fun. I'm not going to show you my bedroom or anything like that right now because they're both a mess. But anyway, this is where the magic happens. But yeah, I mean, you know, some people think that you have to have brand new kitchen appliances, islands, and blah, blah, blah to make food and feed your family, but you don't. We did it with this little tiny space. My husband, my ex-husband, were separated. He also is a wonderful cook, and he loves to cook. Uh-oh. I gotta charge my battery. Well, there's the first one out. I think it looks really good. It didn't puff up a whole lot. I thought it would a little bit more than that. But I think it turned out great. Cut me a little piece. Look, it's still steaming. Looks moist. That's a big chunk of banana right there. Now, I gotta taste it. All right, taste test. It's really hot. I'm just gonna take a little bite. Mmm. It's really hot. Let me try another bite with the chocolate chip. Mmm. Oh my gosh. Mmm. You guys, this is so good. All right, hold on. I'm gonna tear into this here in a minute. Let me try to. See, it's moist and soft, just like we talked about. Mmm. Mm-hmm. And it's not too sweet. Oh, it's really good. So if you're interested, and I'm going to try to start looking into the camera more too. This is new to me, so and this is my very first cooking video. Hopefully you've stuck with me through the whole thing. Let me hold up my creation. I've been picking at it. Looks like a bird's been at it. But man, it turned out so delicious. It really did. And if you would like the recipe, comment down below and let me know. I'll make sure to list all the ingredients and all the steps. And also, I'd just like to ask a big favor for anybody who is enjoying these videos. Could you please maybe subscribe, like this video, comment down below. It just will help grow my channel. And let me know, you know, let me know if you like this video. And also let me know if you will like this recipe, because it is really, really good. I'm not kidding. It is amazing. Mmm. So yummy. All right, guys. Next time, or hold on. Okay, guys. Until next time. Take care. Bye.